service. So hopefully that'll change. I'll be able to switch up my provider sometime when I move out of this place. But anyways, trying to continue on here. Let's see if we can keep this going. Yeah, so Galaxy J3. Now, while I was continuing, I think I was talking about battery. And I was saying how it can pretty much get like 16 hours. It'll go way beyond 8 hours of battery, time usage. And then, like I said, I was doing like email, social networking, video watching, listening to MP3s. Like, you'll definitely get between 15 and a half to 16 hours. What's up, bro? Long time. Hey, what's up, Sean? Yeah, just basically doing a Q&A about the Samsung Galaxy J3 on Boost Mobile, and my Wi-Fi sucks so bad that my stream just killed in the middle of getting questions, so everyone's pretty much left. Hey, what's up, Paul? What's going on? Doing a Q&A about the Galaxy J3. I was trying to simulcast doing it on here live on YouTube and also doing it on UPeak, and I think using both was really strenuous on my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi sucks really bad. Let me tell you guys that right now. It really does. Like, if you guys want to know, honestly, it's with CenturyLink, because the apartments that I live at, basically, that's the only service they'll allow to install here. So they won't really let like any other company install, which completely sucks. I hate when complexes do that. And the lines can only support like 12 megabits per second. That's how weak my Wi-Fi is. So I make do with what I can. So I'm trying to do this Q&A before I drop the review tomorrow, the basic review, and then next week Wednesday I'll be doing a review about performance with gaming. So continuing on, the battery is good. You will be able to have it charged overnight, take it off. You go to work during the day, whatever. You'll make it through a whole day, get home in time, and still have enough juice in your battery to do a couple of different things, and then probably like at between like 12 to 16 hours, somewhere around there, just depending on what you're doing, you'll wind up having to charge it. But it will go well beyond 8-9 hours. So that is a plus for a 2600 milliamp hour battery. It says most phones are starting to incorporate 3000 milliamps. I would have wished that they've incorporated that with this device, especially since it's going to be going head to head with the LG K7, aka the Tribute 5, which I might try to pick that up sometime at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. And yeah, they gimmickly went with that whole 555. So 5 megapixel front camera, 5 rear, and 5-inch display. So, but any other questions you guys have about the J3? It actually is, Paul. It really is. And like I was saying earlier in the first broadcast, it was really surprising to me just exactly like how well it performs. Because with Samsung and TouchWiz is notorious for being so laggy and just heavy loaded that user experience with it normally turns out that after downloading your basic applications, things just start to get laggy, and that it really doesn't happen. And I was thinking it might just because it only has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. So, but actually it's holding up quite well with just that amount of RAM, and with it having 16 gigs of onboard storage, which is like 10's usable. So far, it's working really great. Does it have 6.0 Marshmallow? No, not yet. It's going to get it sometime in the future. That is for sure that it will actually get it. Couple of things duly noted about it is that it's kind of refreshing to also kind of step away from flagships, not flagships, but why did I say flagships? Phablets. It's refreshing to step away from a phablet. Using a device with 5.7-inch display sometimes gets a little strenuous to use, so it's always nice to be able to switch back to something that's in just a smartphone category. And this is where I kind of place this. I know it's a 5-inch display, But comparing this like with the ZTE Prestige, the Prestige is more wider than this. So this is more narrow, and very thin and very light. So if you're a person that you know can sometimes be a little bit clumsy with your smartphones, I definitely recommend putting a case on this. Um, I missed how much does it cost? Okay, this one's with Boost Mobile. I know Virgin Mobile has it, and I'm not sure if other carriers have it. I haven't really checked, but it's with Boost Mobile, and it costs $179.99. So it's about 180 bucks. And like one of the really coolest things one thing that really stood out for me with this is the fact that this is a global phone. So this phone can be used overseas if you're someone who travels outside of the U.S. You can definitely take this phone with you, and if you're going to China, if you're going to Europe, you can take this phone with you. How to use it overseas, I'm not sure, but it is possible. It is a global device, and after I watched Super Tank's review, or not review, but his unboxing of the LG K7, aka the Tribute 5, and I'm thinking like with LG, that's their device that's going to compete with this one, because that one's also, I believe, is a global device as well. So that's something that I find very interesting with the Galaxy J3, is that you can use it overseas. That's something that's going to be pretty cool. It has, as thin as it was, I was thinking it was going to be like one of those unibody devices, that Samsung's been going for lately. And actually, it's not. You can take the back cover off, and the back cover is like really thin. So sometimes I'm afraid I'm going to break this thing. And it does. You guys, there you go. So yeah, it does have a removable battery. It does have SD card support. So that's something that's pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see that there at the bottom, but has antennas. The phone I have a hard time putting down is the H66S. I love this phone. Yeah, I haven't actually got to play with the 66S. And I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to pick up the device. I think the next device I'm actually going to probably grab, like I stated, at the end of this month, is probably the Tribute 5. Probably mess around with that one and do an unboxing on it. But right now I'm like completely happy with the J3. Hi, Kenneth. The J3 is actually really holding up very well, and with it having TouchWiz and everything, it's amazing. That's like two words that have never really been said together. Really, is TouchWiz and amazing. Just for the fact that TouchWiz has always been one that is like the most laggy of skins from manufacturers over Android, and yet it's surprisingly it's pretty speedy on here. Also, another pretty cool thing about the device is it has to do with TouchWiz is the themes. There is, I mean, the TouchWiz, there's a massive amount of themes. I'm able to theme it just to have it look like stock Android instead of TouchWiz if I wanted to. Right now, I'm running a theme that has to do with space. So up the brightness on this so you guys can see it. There we go. Space. And the theme store works pretty good. One thing I do I find a little bit strange about this is that it has multiple app stores. You have the Google Play Store, and then you have the Galaxy App Store, and that's really weird because you can grab apps like Skype from either one. So it's just whichever one you prefer to use. If you want to go through Samsung to get your applications, or Google. It does have Microsoft bloatware. I disabled all of them because I don't use them, but it does have them in there. Because of Samsung's partnership with Microsoft. So you guys, if that's something bloatware, something that irritates you, then yeah, this thing is pretty heavy loaded with bloatware, because besides well, I mean, there's not really much from Google. There's not a lot of Google bloatware, and not too much of Samsung's bloatware, but there is a lot from Microsoft. So Yeah, it's kind of depressing, and it gets a little irritating when I first booted the phone up and I was messing around with it. It's constantly trying to get me to sign in or back up my stuff to OneDrive, and it's like I don't use OneDrive, I use Google Drive. So, and because I bought the LG Vault 2 last year, I was um, I was lucky enough to get that promotion for I think it was like 100 gigabytes of space for 2 years with Google Drive before you have to pay for it. So yeah, everything backs up to my Google Drive. I don't use OneDrive or any other cloud storage, so it was quite annoying. But once I was able to disable all those Microsoft applications, it hasn't notified me to back everything up to OneDrive, which is a plus. I don't want to use OneDrive at all. So, but that's sound seems a bit low on the chat. I apologize if it is. If it sounds very low. I'm actually using the Warp Elite to do the stream. It was a surprise. Like I heard about the Galaxy J3. It's just I heard it was going to Virgin Mobile. I had no idea it was coming to Boost Mobile. So it was surprising that it came January 15th to Virgin Mobile, and then on the 18th it was released for Boost Mobile. So it was kind of surprising. What up? I just started YouTube. All right, Kenneth, I'll check your channel out. I'm always down to look for new people on YouTube and to follow them. So after this broadcast, I'll head over to your channel and see what's up. Yeah. Any other questions about the J3? I wonder how much my stream has a delay of. Well, I posted this on Facebook, and it's not for sure yet. I'm still thinking about things, but I might do a giveaway in February, and if I do, it's going to be a Galaxy J3 that I'm going to be giving away. Other than the camera, what is better than the Elites? Other than the camera, like I said, performance wise, running basic applications like Facebook and Google Plus. Are you smoking? No, I vape. I don't smoke. Um, but running basic applications like Google Plus, um, and Friend Life, UPeak, streaming services like that, Twitter, there's basic stuff. So the performance is actually good. Battery life is pretty good for 2600 milliamps. It'll get you at least 16 hours. That will change when I do my review about gaming on it. And I'm gonna start off with light games like Bubble Shooter and things like that, and I'll probably work through more heavy, extensive games like Mortal Kombat X and some other pretty heavy ones out there, and see how well battery life goes. What do you think of the ZTE Z Max 2? I haven't really heard much about it yet. As a matter of fact, you're the first person to mention it to me, so um, I'll probably take a look and I might blog about it. But I know as far as ZTE devices, they're getting a lot better. Sorry for what? You have nothing to be sorry about. Well, me go check your channel out right now while I have you on here. And everybody else, if you guys want to, head over to Kenneth's channel, show some support, and subscribe to him. I'm going to do that right now. There you are, 53 videos, 29 subscribers. So you play Minecraft? Oh, I just subscribed to you, so I'll check out some of your videos later. You're looking forward to the Stylo update. Well, if you wanna manually update it, Dominic has, I think he still has it. He has the update zip file, which is actually the OTA update. He actually took it, and so if you download that zip file, I think it's like 770 megabytes, and you save it to your external SD card, you can manually update it in recovery. Just simply go and boot into recovery and choose update for update.zip from SD card, and then find the zip file, which will be easy to locate it from the SD card, and install it. Once it's done installing, wipe cache. You don't have to factory reset it, just wipe the cache and then reboot the system, and you'll be on 6.0 Marshmallow. I got the 6.0 update on my G Stylo. How do you like it so far? I was like, I'm still a little bit weirded out that like so many people have reported that they've had nothing but problems with 6.0 on the G Stylo, and I haven't had any of that. Kenneth says so. What do you mean so? Like the fact that I pointed out about yeah, you can ask. Everyone else is asking pretty much random questions right now. I mean, I know it's about the J3, but I'm answering anyone's questions about whatever they want to ask. Well, Randy, if you want, well, actually, it'd be cool if you have a video up on YouTube about the ZTE Z Max 2. I'll definitely go check it out, and I'll share it. If not, and you're feeling up to it, that would be pretty awesome for everybody if you did like a review about the ZTE Z Max 2. And I don't do reviews. Well, you played Minecraft on YouTube, so that is kind of like I mean it's gameplay. Well, it's like a gameplay review, so it works. But anyways, I subbed to your channel already, so but Spooky J, what's your question? Is that style on boost at CV Tech? Gonna answer that one. I really like it. It's smoother. The only issue mine has experienced is a drop in battery life. I got the update OTA. I didn't do it manually. See, that's weird. That is one of the issues that a lot of people are reporting about it. I actually am talking louder, but it's my microphone on the Warp Elite, so I apologize if you really can't hear me. But there's like nothing else I can do. Which one of the Warp? The Warp Elite, the Warp Sync? Like which Warp are you talking about? Yeah, the Warp Elite is going to be one hard device to root. If that's the one you're talking about, then yeah, because I know the Warp Sync is rootable. You can root the Warp Sync. Um, However, sounds good to me on my side. Yeah, I know. You know, Paul, I know this. That's like one that's weird. Like some people can hear me very well, other people can't. And yeah, I have no control over that. It's not like I can go in and adjust the microphone on my device. The Elite. Yeah, the Elite is just it's not rootable. I don't think it's ever going to because there's not enough developers paying attention to it. Most developers pay attention to flagships now. They don't really pay attention to budget devices unless it's a device that's like really, 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 really popular. Anthony East, what up, homie? What's up, man? How's it going? So that is one thing that is really sad. I mean, unless you can get a couple of developers to actually pay attention to the Warp Elite and try, then Spooky J, I can hear you well. Okay, cool. Um, then it's never gonna get root unless developers pay attention to it. And I think most developers, from their argument point, is that there's so many Android devices, they would just rather stick to what most people aim to buy, and that's flagships. So they will always stick to developing for flagships. See, it's good. You're awesome. Thanks, Anthony. I appreciate that. Are they going to ever have an updated 6.0 on ZTE phones? I don't. I can't. I don't want to say yes. I would love to think that they are going to update it. I mean, because they've done that with the original Boost Max. They actually updated it from 4.1.2 Jelly Bean to 4.4.2 KitKat. So they have updated devices, but ZTE is not really known for updating their devices at the same time. So it's a hit or miss. I mean, if they would rather just build another smartphone and throw Marshmallow on top of that, then they might wind up doing that rather than trying to update all the Warp Elites. But I cross my fingers and hope that ZTE will, because Chinese manufacturers are getting a lot of attention from people nowadays, especially since Huawei built the Nexus 6P and it turned out to be a very great phone. Now everybody is basically on snatching up Chinese devices. There's people that's looking at what's that company, Xiaomi, which makes the My devices and is also the developers for My UI. So I don't know. Can only pray that it'll get 6.0. But I've been noticing a little glitch with the ZT Warp Elite on the top left corner of my screen is no longer responsive. It seems like the digitizer is going out. I think the ZT Z Max 2 is very similar to the Elite. The Elite just has a higher megapixel front and rear camera. Oh, okay. Thank you for answering that, CV. Like, I mean, I've not heard about the ZT Z Max 2, so I was gonna go check that out after the stream, and that's cool. But if it's anything like the Warp Elite, then yeah. I was with someone with an iPhone 6. My Elite was brighter and louder, and his iPhone wouldn't connect to Wi-Fi and data. My Elite connected to both. I thought my Warp Elite was better. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, I respect people's opinions. Some people like iPhones, some don't. Um, for me personally, I just think iPhones are basic. So I rock with Android just because you can do more with Android, and with iOS, it's just like you have this, and you have one type of hardware, and that's it. And on Android, you have different manufacturers that are building the hardware for Android, and so you can have an experience with a ZTE device. You can rock with LG. You can rock with Motorola and Samsung. It's whatever that you prefer. So you have more options, and I think for me, opinion wise, that's to me that's more better than just having the same thing as the next guy or the next gal. Fallen Boy 20, you're awesome, dude. Thank you. I'm looking forward to change Metro Pieces because of paying for the hotspot. I feel like it's cheaper. So oh, dinner time. Wife's calling me. Oh, okay, Paul. Thanks for coming in and checking out my stream, bro. Appreciate it. Have a great dinner. Um, yeah. For me, okay. When it comes to like other carriers like Metro PCS, Cricket, my advice to everyone is go with what has the best connectivity in your town because there's places where Boost Mobile has the weakest signal, and you're not going to get the best experience with that. And Metro is probably better, so that would be like the one you should rock with. And certain places, Boost is better than Metro or Cricket. It all depends about where you're at. I think CV can attest to that. Mine just performs better for hundreds less cost wise. Yeah, that's true, Darlene. That is one thing that I think is amazing is the fact that you can get a really good phone for under $200, and it could outperform an iPhone. Just makes it even more sweeter. All right, baller boy. Thanks. Thanks for the compliment. Appreciate it. Am I awesome? Hello, Android. I think every one of you guys are awesome because it's you guys that you know you guys make my channel. My channel wouldn't be nothing without you guys. So all of you guys are awesome. Always check your coverage areas. That is true. Always check your coverage areas. And besides checking it online, if you know people that have certain service, I mean, ask them. You can even like if you have a friend that has a Boost mobile phone and a friend that has a Metro PCS phone and another friend has a Cricket phone, you guys are all hanging out doing whatever. Um, you can even just like have them all basically run like a benchmark and what's it? What's the other one? Uh, that that speed test and see who gets the better speeds as far as network connectivity and whose phones performs out better. Volleyball 20, thanks, man. No problem. I appreciate you coming out and checking out the stream. But yeah, it just depends on where where you're at, and you can have your you can ask your friends politely to download these benchmark tests and do some benchmark tests, and you'll get your answers right there. Well, I don't know if I'm the best here, but I appreciate that. I'm just a person that likes mobile tech. So, anyways, this stream's been going for like 20 minutes. Do you guys have any last questions about the J3? Because I'm about to end this broadcast in 2 minutes, and then I'm going to work on the review video to upload tomorrow. I think my daughter's coming up here right now. Also, we'll find out here in a second when that door opens. Can you sub to me? I'm a fan. I did. I saw that you have a couple of videos up on there about Minecraft. I'm gonna watch some of your videos once I'm done with this broadcast. But I have 3 channels here on YouTube. I have one which is I haven't put up a video up on it really, but I'm going to blog on it. Do like one of those like not daily but every other day type blogs. Then I have Aloha Android, which is mobile tech, and another one that has to do with vaping that I started, but I haven't really been paying attention to it, and it's all about vaping. So, ready? I think the ZTE Max is almost twin. Okay, sorry, I forgot to ask. Do you know if the LGG Stylo is able to root on 6.0 Marshmallow? No, you cannot root the G Stylo yet. There's no development on it yet for 6.0 Marshmallow, but on 5.1 Lollipop and 5.0.2 Lollipop, there is a root method, but be careful because if you are looking to get 6.0 Marshmallow on the G Stylo, even if you root the G Stylo and then you use like Super SU or Kingo Root to unroot it, it does not completely unroot the phone. It leaves traces of root, which then anytime you try to update, your update will fail. Yeah, Baller20. I'll check out your channel. I have no problem checking out. Like anyone that has like a channel and is starting up on YouTube, just let me know. I'll subscribe to your channel, and at the same time too, I will help promote your channel. I don't mind doing that. To me, that's well, I appreciate that, Kenneth. I really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off here, and I appreciate you guys coming in and asking some questions. You guys made this very fun for me. I'm sorry the quality is bad. My light bulb on my lamp is out. I gotta go get another bulb probably Saturday. So future streams will probably be better. You'll be able to see me better. Um, and stay tuned tomorrow evening where I live at. I live in Arizona, so tomorrow evening the review will actually be up for the J3, the first review that I'm going to put up, and that will just focus more on performance, camera, just the basic stuff about the device. And next week, Wednesday, I'll throw up another review about gaming on it. Yes, I will sub to you, Kenneth. As a matter of fact, I did already. I will sub to you. All right, guys. So thanks for coming in, and yeah, you'll see me in future videos. You guys have a great night.